Hey guys, this is Ashley, personal trainer and weight loss coach. Today we're going to talk about eating what you feel like. So really what we're talking about is many times when it's time to eat, you want a snack, you ask yourself, what do I feel like eating? Or if you and your friends or your coworkers are about to go out, you say, well, what do you feel like? Should we really be eating according to what we feel like? And how do we deal like that when we're in the middle of trying to lose weight? I think everyone identifies with that feeling of you feel like having Chinese. You feel like having pizza. You feel like you need something sweet, maybe ice cream. There's just this general impression, this craving, some taste that you're really desiring. What does that mean? Should we give in to that or should we avoid it? And how should we handle this for best practices for weight loss? So that's what we're going to talk about today. And as usual, I just want to remind you that the mission of this channel is to reach people all over the world and help them with their weight loss goals, just like you. And the best thing you can do to help this channel is to like and subscribe so that more people will get these awesome weight loss tips and advice just like you are. Let's get right into the topic. So we're going to discuss today how to eat according to what we feel. Should we be doing that? What do we do when we feel like having something? So we'll talk about cravings. We're going to talk about two different ways to deal with cravings. We're going to talk about some best practices for when you're struggling with that feeling like you want something, that craving, desire for something. And then we're going to talk about really how does this cravings and the feeling play into our weight loss goals and how do we manage it for best weight loss results. So sometimes when you say, oh, I feel like having pizza or pasta or bread or you're craving something, some people identify that as just a general vague feeling. Others would say it's more like a craving, like, man, I'm really craving something sweet. I'm craving something spicy. So either way, however you look at it, is fine, but we're going to tackle it from the perspective right now of a craving. What do you do when you just get that strong desire for something? And sometimes it even feels like if you don't have that thing, you're just not going to be satisfied. So even though you feel like and you're craving having something sweet, and so you went and you had a banana and you're just sitting there thinking to yourself like that wasn't satisfying enough, it didn't soothe it. What do you do to fight these cravings? So let's talk about cravings first. Now, many people will say, well, when I have a craving, I want to just give myself what I want because obviously my body is desiring that. Now, there's definitely some truth to that, but the question is your body tricking you? Now, there is truth to maybe you're craving something because you actually do need iron in it, vitamins in it, something in it. But why would you be craving chocolate? Why would you be craving, pizza, where you're not really getting a lot of nutritional value really from it? The reason you crave these things is, your body does desire it and it wants it and it is trying to fulfill something. The chocolate can give you endorphins and your body may be wanting those endorphins. Or perhaps you're used to eating more sugar and now that you're on a cleaner diet, your body is craving sugar because it's used to having sugar. So the same way that you would expect to have cravings for something healthy because you need it, you're deficient, your body now views your current diet situation as I am deficient in sugar. I am deficient in carbs because it has been so used to eating a certain amount of junk food, of sweets, of salty things, of things that are just not good for you. And now that you're eating good, your body feels as though it's deficient in junk food. And so you have these cravings. So yes, your body is trying to send you a message, but should you listen to it? Probably not. Especially if you're craving something that really isn't offering any nutritional value, there's not really a strong case that can be made that you have to have a donut this morning or you're not gonna make it. Your body is really just saying, we've been low on fats, we've been low on sugar, we've been low on carbs, and I want something that's gonna give me all that junk I'm used to. And we don't wanna do that when we're trying to lose weight. So when it comes to cravings, there's two different ways that we can handle it. You can ignore the craving, or you can try to make a substitution. So let's talk about each. Now, making a substitution would be to identify, like, I have been craving pizza all day. What is that? Why do I want it? What's going on? So you may be thinking to yourself, maybe I just really want something bready. Maybe I want that tomatoey taste. Maybe instead I can just have like a tomato soup or something. Like, you can try to substitute, match something in a kind of similar taste profile, but that's going to be healthier for you. So you can try something like that. You know, you can make a low carb pizza version where, like, I don't like to do these things because to me they're not pizza, but you can do it. You know, people will use like a lettuce wrap or something and put some sauce and cheese and pepperoni or something. You can do something like that. If you're like dying, you can try like a cauliflower crust pizza. I do like cauliflower crust pizza, but even with that, I only have that like maybe once a month. I just don't like to allow the influence of junk foods because it creates the craving. My brain has cauliflower pizza and it goes, ooh, pizza's back on the menu. Yes, next week I would also like pizza. So I try to stay away from those things. But you can do substitutions. So maybe you're craving ice cream. Well, you can do nice cream. If you've seen those recipes online, that's where, you know, you take like frozen bananas, frozen strawberries, and blend them together with just a little bit of like an almond milk or something. And it kind of makes like a Wendy's Frosty kind of ice cream. And all it was fruit and a little splash of milk. You know, you can do something like that instead of having Bluebell. So you can do substitutions that are going to be huge differences in calories, huge differences in nutritional benefit. So you can do that as an option as well, to try to figure out what you're craving and then make a substitution for it and switch for something that's going to be similar but much healthier. The thing about the substitution is sometimes it just doesn't hit the spot. Sometimes you just want what you want. And when that happens, sometimes the only thing you can really do is to go with the other option, and that's to ignore it. To say, okay, I recognize that I'm craving Godiva chocolate, but that's just not in my life right now. I can't have that, so just moving on, not gonna have it. That is an option. You can, you know, just kind of deny yourself. It's not fun. It's kind of miserable, but it's just something you have to go through to teach and coach your body about healthy eating. You may have been eating a certain way, a certain lifestyle for 10, 15, 20, 30 years, and now all of a sudden you're trying to be paleo, eating clean, you're trying to cut sugars. Your body is kind of like, whoa, you're like doing something crazy. I want chocolate, I want French fries, I want a burger. And you know, it's used to having that. And so it feels like it's deficient in junk food and potato chips and things it used to have. So you're going to have those cravings, but the only way you can stay on your new healthy lifestyle is to resist that. You have to be able to say, I'm building a new healthy lifestyle, and that requires me to stay clean with my eating, to avoid these sugars, to do the right things. I'm building a new lifestyle, and in a year, 2 years, when I look back, I'm not going to have these kind of cravings anymore because my body will adjust, and this new style will become my new normal. And that really is true. Speaking from someone who's come through on the other side, I've struggled with my weight loss. I did a bit of yo-yoing for a while. I've gotten to a place where I'm pretty happy with my weight and I'm holding it. I want to get back down to my high school weight, which will be another 5 to 10 pounds. But that's like a ultimate goal. But where I'm at right now is perfectly healthy and good. So, and I've been maintaining that for a long time. What I've found though is that, yeah, when you are first losing weight, when I was, 30, 40 pounds heavier than I am now, I was having pizza every week. I was eating French fries, probably a few times a week, nearly every day probably, because I ate a lot of fast food because I was working and studying, and it just wasn't good. Diet was not good. And so when I made the decision to switch those things and become healthier, yeah, I had major cravings where it felt like I was going to break down if I didn't get some Pizza Hut this week. So when you're used to having, pizza every week, French fries every week, it becomes a habit for you and you start to crave it all the time. And then when you start eating healthy, you have to fight that and you have to resist it constantly. So you're constantly trying to avoid feeling like you want all these things you're not supposed to have. Now, when you get to the other side and you've actually lost the weight and you've pushed through, it kind of becomes the opposite. When you start to have something you're not supposed to have, you feel really, really crappy. So like pizza now makes me break out. Weirdest thing, I kind of hate it. But if I eat pizza, I will get breakouts all around my mouth. I don't know why. But the body begins to react differently to foods, doesn't like different foods. Super greasy things will hurt my stomach. I just can't eat the stuff I used to eat anymore. If I were to go and get like a Whopper from Burger King with the fries and a soda and everything, that used to be like a pretty normal lunch for me. Now I don't think I could eat a whole Whopper. Like I think I'd have to do like the Whopper Junior at best. Like I couldn't eat all of that food now. I don't eat that much. And it's a lot of bread for me, and it would just be so much food for me now. You change, you adjust your lifestyle, and your body will come to a new normal. But you have to push through to get there. And it's not 2 months, it's not 6 months. I would say it's probably more like once you pass a year of eating pretty clean, eating pretty good, then you really, really have set into a nice habit and you don't have so much of those cravings. But even now, every once in a while, I'll get some cravings, especially like when I fast. For whatever reason, I will have like crazy cravings, like randomly out of the blue, that it's like I haven't eaten that in like 3 years, but I'll randomly have a craving. So that happens all the time. It's just part of the weight loss journey. But that's what you should do with the cravings. Either substitute it for something that's going to be significantly healthier, or ignore it. And that's really the best thing you can do while trying to stick with your weight loss goals. So let's talk about some best practices. The main thing you can do is plan ahead. So 2 different things about planning ahead. The first is you should be planning your meals for the week pretty much. So when Monday rolls around, you're not wondering, what am I going to have for lunch? Am I going to go out with my colleagues? Am I going to eat by myself? Am I going to bring something from home? You should know Monday through like Saturday what you're going to be eating. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all written out pretty much. And when you do that, it lets you to really have control over what's going on. So if you get this random craving on Wednesday and all of a sudden you want Baskin Robbins and you want to go get some ice cream, you can look and say, well, Wednesday, I'm having this. My planned snacks are this. That's not on the menu for today, and I've already got my stuff lined up, so I don't let myself get too hungry. I don't feel like I'm depriving myself. It's not like I'm starving. I'm just having other foods instead of ice cream. Or you can go with the other option and do a substitution. So instead of your snack, maybe you were going to have, hummus or something with like some veggie chips, like the carrot dippers or celery sticks. Maybe you're going to do something like that for your snack that day. But you're having this craving for ice cream. Well, instead of having the hummus, maybe switch that out and do the nice cream where it's the frozen fruit, the little milk blended together, or, worst case scenario, another option for ice cream is to go get froyo and just get the kids serving or a small serving. Don't overdo it on toppings, but get something small just to kind of, okay, I had something similar, now let's back off. And usually even with froyo, I try to make the healthier choices, the ones that are either without sugar or without dairy. They're not as much fun, but they are healthier, and you do get that feeling like I'm normal, like everyone else. They're having ice cream and froyo, and I too am having froyo, but I'm not going to set myself back 3 pounds over it. So plan ahead, know that, this is the plan, this is what I'm going to do. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, this is what I'm eating, that's it. The other option is, like I kind of said with the froyo, the other planning ahead is to have like the contingency plan. This is the important one, so like, hey, this is the week where I'm probably going to want to have like some kind of chocolate. It's been like precisely 12 days since my last Frappuccino. At some point this week, I'm probably going to wrestle with that craving. I'm probably going to want some French fries. So making a contingency plan can really save you. So if you fight with cravings for French fries, plan to make some baked sweet potato fries where you just cut up sweet potato wedges, crisp them in the oven, and have that instead. Make your substitution plans in advance so that when these cravings hit, especially if it's a craving that you usually have or that you've experienced multiple times, you should have a go-to contingency plan ready. If I want chocolate, sometimes I'll just have like a protein shake. Get a chocolate protein shake, and for me, that's pretty good, pretty satisfying, you know? There was a period in my life where I was having frappuccinos like way too much, and that is a ton of calories and sugar with no good purpose, no nutritional value. You know, and just having like a really chilled, cold, you know, mocha protein shake will sometimes hit the spot for me just to get over that. And I think I had to just cut cold turkey on those because that was dangerous for a minute. That was not good because I have a lot of calories and sugar. And I think I just stopped going to Starbucks and stopped going to the McDonald's drive-thru and just cut that out. But make your plans in advance so that I knew, you know, like, hey, frappuccinos are not happening. There's no way you're going to the drive-thru trying to get a frappuccino. It's over. We're done. We've broken up with frappuccinos. And at that time, I remember feeling like, oh, I'm so deprived. Why am I doing this to myself? Like it was difficult. But now, I don't even think about it. I mean, every once in a while I remember it, like, wow, you were really drinking some frappuccinos. And I was like, are they that good even? It's been like 2 years since I've had one. And I'm like, should I get one? Because I obviously used to really like them. But I just don't drink them anymore. And I got over it. Now I have a vague, distant memory of what they taste like. And every once in a while, especially in the summer when it's hot, I'll think like, should I have one? And I just don't because I haven't had one in so long. I just don't do it. So you'll get there too eventually. But plan ahead with your contingencies and plan ahead with your like normal daily planning too. That way you're never caught off guard and you're not struggling and you end up giving into the temptation, giving into the craving. So what I want to conclude with is why we can't eat based on what we feel like. For many of us that are trying to lose weight, struggling with weight loss, we're used to eating based on what we feel like. We say things like, I feel like having spaghetti for dinner. I think I'll cook that when I get home. I feel like having soup. I feel like having ice cream. I feel like this week I should go out to eat and have pasta, Italian. We get these feelings and we eat according to what we feel. And what happens is it becomes very difficult to get on a healthy nutrition program because you are not going to feel like having a salad. You're not going to feel like eating oranges when really you want, you know, some kind of pastry. You know, you want cookies and cake. You're just not going to be feeling like, I want this watermelon, I want this grilled chicken that I'm having for the 3rd time this week. I want this broccoli again, like last week. You don't feel like eating healthy, especially in the beginning when you're making a new habit, when this is different from how you usually eat. So you have to reconcile that we can no longer according to what we feel like. And that is a very crazy concept because you just spent the past probably 10, 20, 30, 40 years of your life eating according to what you feel like. And what will happen is you will find yourself standing in front of your fridge on week 3 of your diet going, what do I feel like eating? I've been, you know, trying to eat right, lose weight. It's about lunchtime. What do I feel like? And you're not going to know how to answer yourself because everything you feel like eating isn't on the diet. And you're going to have to wrestle with this internal struggle of, okay, I feel like having, you know, fried chicken, but that's not on the diet plan. What do I do? I don't want you to wrestle with that. I don't want you to struggle with that. I want you to anticipate it, know that it's coming. This is a normal part of the weight loss journey that everyone goes through. We all have our own habits. We have our way that we've been eating, exercising, living our own lifestyle, and we are making changes to that. And it's totally normal to feel like and have cravings for the old way of being. And your body's going to resist you. It doesn't want to become this new, healthier, fit you that's not on medication, that's living a better lifestyle. Your body doesn't know. It doesn't know what you're trying to do to it. All it knows is that we've had 20 years of sugar. We've had 20 years of potato chips. We've had 20 years of cheesy casseroles. And now all of a sudden you're telling me I can't have this, can't have that, can't have this. it's going to rebel against you. And so you need to be prepared for that, and you need to be focused about why you're doing this, that you're doing this for your health, and that those things just are not healthy. And the reason you are struggling is not because you're a failure, not because you have some problem. It's just because we are changing the habits, and your body is used to eating a certain way, and it's just trying to crave that desire being at what it knows as normal, because what you're doing is not fitting into the normal. We are building a new normal that's going to be healthy, that's going to be fit, that's going to be energetic, and that's what we want to do. And your body's going to resist in the beginning, and it may not be 2 months and then you feel fabulous and you never want another donut again. It might be a year or 2 before you get to that point, and you need to be ready to be in the battle, be ready to have your plans, know that you're eating healthy. That's the plan. These are the contingencies. If I really start struggling with these cravings, I can substitute them or I can ignore them. And I'm going to stick with this until I get to my goal, till I get off these medications, till I lose these 20 pounds, till I get to whatever my health fitness goal is. So just be expecting this, guys. This is going to be building a new normal, and we will no longer be eating based on what we feel like having. We just have to get over that mentality. We're going to be eating based off of what we want to build as our new normal, what's going to help us to be healthier. You may not feel like it, but eventually, I promise you, if you stick with it, it will become the thing you feel like having. And then when you try to have cookies or fried chicken or whatever, then your body's going to be like, oh, my stomach kind of hurts. This is unusual. And it will reverse the script. So you'll get there. Just stick with it, guys. And I hope this video was helpful for you in learning how to fight cravings, how to deal with the way that you approach food. And if it helped you, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you haven't, guys. And as always, I want to thank you for watching. Thanks.